everyone, welcome back. In this video, I will be showing you cases of the trauma to medial and lateral supporting structures of the knee joint. So starting with this case, this is a case of a 40-year-old male who presented with acute knee trauma. So let's see. This is the case of acute ACL rupture, and this patient is having moderate to gross joint effusion. And there is contusion and edema involving the posterolateral tibial plateau. Let's see this in T1 weighted sequence. As we can see, not only there is contusion, but there is presence of depressed fracture also in the lateral tibial plateau. So there is fracture plus associated edema involving the posterolateral tibial plateau. Now coming to the medial aspect, so we have grade 3 medial collateral ligament tear at the femoral attachment site. Let's see that in axial plane. So here we can see there is no normal medial collateral ligament. It is completely replaced by the inhomogeneous hyperintensity on PD5 side. So there is high grade tear or grade 3 tear involving the femoral attachment of medial collateral ligament. In addition to that, we can see that there is hyperintensity involving the medial retinaculum. And there is slight hyperintensity involving the posterior oblique ligament as well. So as we can see, this is medial collateral ligament. The tibial attachment is normal, but the femoral attachment is completely torn. And we cannot see the deep component of medial collateral ligament. So there is complete tear of the femoral attachment of medial collateral ligament. The medial meniscus is normal. Lateral meniscus is normal. You can confirm that in the sagittal plane. You can see this is the medial meniscus. It is normal. This is the lateral meniscus. It is also normal. Let's see the lateral collateral ligament. So this is lateral collateral ligament. This is tendon of biceps femoris. Both are intact and there is no abnormal hyperintensity here. This is the tendon of popliteus muscle. There is slight edema overlying here, which is because there is presence of fracture, and so there is overlying edema. There is some edema in the posterolateral corner structures. So let's sum up this case. So this patient is having complete thickness ACL tear at its femoral attachment site, plus there is fracture, depressed fracture in the posterolateral tibial plateau with underlying edema, and there is edema in the posterolateral corner structures as well. Then there is grade 3 medial collateral ligament injury with normal menisci. Let's move to next case. Okay, so this is the case of 34-year-old male who presented with acute knee trauma. And as we can see, this patient is having acute tear involving anterior cruciate as well as posterior cruciate ligament. There is almost complete thickness tear involving anterior cruciate ligament and high grade tear involving the posterior cruciate ligament. This is the lateral meniscus. Lateral meniscus is normal. Medial meniscus is also normal. Now coming to the medial collateral ligament. So as we can see, there is edema involving the medial femoral condyle. And there is slight edema involving the deep component of medial collateral ligament. So there is grade 1 strain involving the medial collateral ligament, plus there is underlying narrow edema in the medial femoral condyle. Now coming to the lateral collateral ligament. There is extensive soft tissue edema in the region of the posterolateral corner structures. So we are not able to see any normal attachment of the fibular collateral ligament or biceps femoris over the head of fibula. And as we can see, there is a bony defect. So there is bony defect over the fibular head. And there are some bony fragments seen here. We can see that in the GRE sequence. So we can see here there are multiple tiny bony fragments which are displaced from the head of fibula. So there is eversion fracture involving the head of fibula, and there is complete avulsion of the fibular attachment of lateral collateral ligament and the biceps femoris attachment. So there is complete tear of the distal attachment of lateral collateral ligament. This is the lateral collateral ligament. It is completely torn. This is the tendon of biceps femoris. It is also torn. There is a wide defect here. And there are multiple bony fragments which are seen. Let's see that in other planes. So we have a coronal plane also in T1 matrix sequence. So here we can see there is a bony defect here. And these are the bony fragments which are detached. So there are multiple tiny bony fragments which are avulsed from the head of fibula. Now let's see the popliteus tendon. So this is the popliteal notch from which the tendon of popliteus muscle arises. So we don't see any normal tendinous structure here. Normally the tendon goes like this, but we are not able to see any tendon here. So distally we can see the tendon, but as we trace it towards femur, there is no tendon attachment here. So there is disruption of the tendon of popliteus muscle at its femoral attachment. So there is severe posterolateral corner injury along with the ACL and PCL rupture. The iliotibial tract is completely normal. This is the iliotibial tract and is getting its normal attachment over the Gerdy's tubercle of tibia. Let's move to the next phase. So this is a case of 45-year-old male who presented with acute knee trauma, and there is a complete ACL tear, plus there is buckling of the posterior cruciate ligament, there is gross joint effusion. There is edema involving the posterolateral tibial plateau. Then there is edema involving the posteromedial tibial plateau. This is the medial meniscus. Medial meniscus is intact, it is not torn. Coming to lateral meniscus. Lateral meniscus also appears relatively intact. Let's see the collateral ligaments. Coming to the medial collateral ligament. This medial collateral ligament, here we can see that there is tear involving the deep component of the medial collateral ligament. So the meniscofemoral attachment is torn. There is edema overlying the superficial component of medial collateral ligament. So there is grade 2 MCL tear. Let's see in axial plane. You can see this is medial collateral ligament. There is edema deep as well as superficial to the medial collateral ligament. This is the medial meniscus and there is edema in the capsule posterior to the medial meniscus. So there is posteromedial corner sprain. Let's see the lateral side. This is popliteal muscle, and as we can see, there is edema surrounding the tendon of popliteus muscle. There is edema overlying the attachment of the popliteus tendon on the femur. The lateral collateral ligament and biceps femoris attachment are relatively intact. Let's see in the coronal plane. So we can see this is the lateral collateral ligament, which is normal. Biceps femoris attachment is normal. There is a sprain along the popliteal myotendinous junction, and there is definite edema overlying the popliteal myotendinous junction, which suggests that there is a sprain involving the posterolateral corner structures. So as we can see, this is the popliteal tendon and there is edema over here. So there is tear involving the posterolateral corner structures. There were bony irregularities on the posteromedial and posterolateral tibial plateau because of trauma. There are microtrabecular injury involving these areas. So let's move to the next case. This is a case of 40-year-old male who presented with acute knee trauma, and as we can see, there is complete rupture of the anterior cruciate ligament. There is buckling of the posterior cruciate ligament. You can see there is joint effusion. There is lot of subcutaneous edema. This is the medial meniscus. The meniscus is intact, but the meniscocapsular junction is showing hyperintensity, so there is meniscocapsular separation. Coming to the lateral side, we have complex tear involving the posterior horn of lateral meniscus. We can see that in other planes. So there is complex tear involving the posterior horn of lateral meniscus. There is horizontal as well as vertical component in it. These are the root attachments of the menisci, which are normal. There is a lot of marrow edema involving the lateral femoral condyle and the lateral tibial plateau. Let's see that in coronal T1 weighted sequence. So we can see there is edema plus there is hypointense line here, which suggests that there is fracture as well. So there is non-displaced fracture involving the lateral femoral condyle, and there is fracture involving the lateral tibial plateau, but they are not displaced, but there is extensive adjacent marrow edema. Let's see the collateral ligament. This is the medial collateral ligament. The superficial component is intact, but the deep component is completely torn, and there is edema in the underlying bone. So the meniscotibial component is intact, but the meniscofemoral component is completely torn. And as I already told, there is meniscocapsular separation. Let's move to the lateral aspect. So on lateral side, the femoral attachment of lateral collateral ligament is showing edema as well as hyperintensity, and we cannot see normal ligament fibers here. So there is high grade sprain at the lateral collateral ligament femoral attachment site. They are not completely torn, but they are showing extensive hyperintensity, and so there is high grade sprain here. Let's see that in axial plane. As we can see, this is the lateral collateral ligament, which is hyperintense. And this is the normal lateral collateral ligament in the distal part. This is tendon of biceps femoris. And their attachment over fibula is normal, but there is tear involving the femoral attachment site of lateral collateral ligament. And there is a slight amount of edema near posterior to the popliteal tendon, which suggests that there is sprain involving the posterolateral corner structures as well. Let's move to the next case. This is a case of 22-year-old male who presented with severe trauma in the knee joint, and there is complete rupture of the anterior cruciate ligament, as well as there is complete rupture as well as avulsion fracture of the femoral attachment side of the posterior cruciate ligament. So there is complete tear of ACL as well as PCL. This is the bony fragment which has come out from the femur. Rest of the posterior cruciate ligament is also thickened and hyperintense. You can see there is joint effusion. and there is a fracture involving the lateral femoral condyle, non-displaced fracture with extensive marrow edema. So there is fracture involving the lateral femoral condyle with extensive marrow edema, which is hypointense on this T1 weighted sequence. There is extensive edema involving both lateral and medial tibial plateau, and there is edema in the head of fibula. As we can see, there is cortical break in the head of fibula, so there is mildly displaced fracture in the head of fibula. Let's see the collateral ligament. Let's first see the medial collateral ligament. So the femoral attachment is intact, but it is showing hyperintensity. There is lot of edema, superficial as well as deep to the medial collateral ligament. And as we can see, the tibial attachment of medial collateral ligament is not seen at all. So there is complete tear involving the distal attachment of medial collateral ligament. This is the medial meniscus, which is floating, is extruding out of the joint, and there is tear involving the posterior root attachment of the medial meniscus, and because of that tear, this meniscus is showing extrusion. This is the lateral collateral ligament, which is relatively intact. However, there is edema in the posterolateral corner region, plus there is fracture in the head of fibula. And we can also see there is a lot of edema and rupture of the medial retinaculum as well. So this is the medial retinaculum. There is tear involving the tibial attachment site of the medial collateral ligament, and there is tear in the medial retinaculum. There are fractures. There is complete ACL as well as PCL rupture, and we can also see that there is a loose body in the joint. So these are the fracture lines. This is the bony fragment which has come out of femur. Let's move to the next case. This is the last case. It's a case of a 50-year-old female who presented with acute knee trauma, and as we can see, there is complete ACL rupture. The posterior cruciate ligament is showing mild buckling. This is the medial collateral ligament, medial meniscus. And as we can see, there is a complex tear involving the posterior horn and posterior part of the body of medial meniscus. This is the lateral meniscus. Just showing horizontal signal intensity here. Let's see in sagittal plane. So there is slight amount of horizontal signal intensity. And there is a vertical hyperintensity near the posterior root attachment. There is meniscocapsular separation. There is a lot of edema posterior to the posterior horn of medial meniscus. As we can see, this is the medial collateral ligament. This is the posteromedial joint capsule, which is hyperintense. This is the medial collateral ligament, which is actually floating. And there is high signal intensity at the femoral as well as tibial attachment of medial collateral ligament. So it is showing high grade tear, and it is not completely torn, but it is showing like more than 80% tear involving its fibers. So there is tear involving the femoral as well as tibial attachment site. And the deep component of the medial collateral ligament is also not visualized. So this is the medial collateral ligament near the joint line. As we move distally, the medial collateral ligament is not visualized, it is torn. There is a lot of edema over here. There is edema involving the medial retinaculum, and see, there is edema involving the medial half of the patellar tendon also seen. So this is the patellar tendon, and the lateral half is hypointense normal, but the medial half is hyperintense, and these fibers are actually torn. As we move proximally, we can see this is the medial collateral ligament, and then it is torn at its femoral attachment site. And there is a lot of edema over here near the posterior oblique and oblique popliteal ligament. And there is a lot of sprain involving the posteromedial joint capsule. So there is meniscocapsular separation. This is the tendon of semimembranosus muscle. And we can see there is fluid surrounding it, and at the insertion point it is showing intrasubstance hyperintensity. So there is sprain involving the tendon of semimembranosus muscle. So you have seen cases of tear involving the medial collateral ligament, lateral collateral ligament. I have showed you a case of fibular fracture with avulsion, bony avulsion of the fibular attachment site of lateral collateral ligament and rupture of biceps femoris. And I showed you cases involving trauma to the mediolateral and posteromedial and posterolateral corner structures. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you.